I'm honored, and I'm also more honored that because, what we're talking about is so important and so meaningful that we're able to have this much anticipation and so many people want to go see it and are talking about it. That's what I'm grateful for.
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me.
Hollywood is buzzing with the juicy tensions brewing between It Ends With Us co-stars Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. What was once hyped as a dream collaboration to bring the best-selling novel to life has now spiraled into clashing legal claims, whispered accusations of deception, and a headline-making defamation battle that's sending shockwaves through the industry. On one side of this storm, we have Lively, who claims she was shoved to the sidelines when it came to creative decisions. She's alleging that she was pressured into comedic scenes and flashy fashion statements that weren't her style, nor her vision for the role. But standing firm on the opposite side is Baldoni, who says those accusations are way off base. According to him, Lively wasn't just on board, she was all in. Baldoni argues that her involvement was enthusiastic, and her claims now are not only damaging his reputation, but potentially derailing the film's success before it even hits theaters. But wait, there's more. Rumors are flying about missing documents and text exchanges that don't quite add up. Meanwhile, looming legal consequences have only intensified the drama. As fans dissect every detail, a surprising twist has emerged. A growing lineup of celebrities rallying behind Baldoni. While some are staying quiet, 10 influential names have either come out in public or voiced their support behind the scenes, insisting that the accusations against Baldoni don't align with the man they know. And just who are these defenders? According to industry insiders, they include everyone from Baldoni's closest friends to former collaborators who've seen his creative process firsthand. Some know him through his charitable endeavors, while others have worked with him on major film and TV projects. But they all share one thing in common. They're doubling down on the belief that Baldoni, portrayed as the mastermind behind Lively's alleged frustrations, couldn't be further from the truth. In their eyes, he's the thoughtful, cooperative director they've trusted time and time again. Their perspectives, combined with whispers of mysterious documents that allegedly back up Baldoni's claims, have completely shaken the narrative. Suddenly, fans and insiders alike are questioning whether Lively's legal accusations conveniently leave out or downplay her own involvement in shaping the film's comedic tone and upscale, glamorous vibe. Now, as we dive into the roles of these 10 celebrities who've stepped forward to defend Baldoni, the story gets even more layered. Kicking off this star-studded defense is Gina Rodriguez, the beloved Jane the Virgin star, who's no stranger to Baldoni's work. Baldoni directed a memorable episode of the series, and when asked about the It Ends With Us controversy during an interview promoting her upcoming projects, she didn't hold back. After a thoughtful pause, Gina commended Baldoni for always staying loyal to a story's emotional heart, regardless of genre or production pressure. In Gina's words, Baldoni would never sacrifice the heart of a project just to inject extra humor. Her statement carried weight, subtly suggesting that if anyone was behind the comedic or extravagant elements Lively now blames, it wasn't Baldoni acting solo. Or maybe it wasn't him at all. Gina's comments set off an online firestorm, with Lively fans dissecting whether her remarks held any real proof or just reflected personal loyalty. But one thing was clear: Gina's steady, supportive endorsement made her a key voice in this unfolding battle. Right on her heels was Chrissy Metz, who knows Baldoni through shared charity work. While most recognize her for her tear-jerking role on This Is Us, Chrissy's also made a name for herself as someone who values honest collaboration in the high-stakes world of Hollywood. Her experience working behind the scenes gave her perspective on creative partnerships, and when she spoke about Baldoni's character, she didn't just hint. She flat out praised his ability to work collaboratively without dominating or steamrolling anyone's ideas. Her words only added fuel to the ongoing debate, further complicating the public's view of Lively's claims.
Based on a beautiful, really important book, and it's about a young woman named Lily who confronts the generational cycles in her life and breaks them and ends the circle. And I hope people find it inspiring, and yet also, you know, it's a film about a heavy topic. It's about domestic violence.
When whispers spread that Blake Lively might have twisted certain details about the production, Chrissy Metz subtly stepped into the conversation with a cryptic social media post that read, "Kindness and truth should always guide how we talk about creative differences." But behind the scenes, insiders revealed a deeper layer. Chrissy reportedly confided to close friends that Baldoni is one of the most genuine and transparent figures she's ever encountered in the entertainment world. While Chrissy's words never directly criticized Lively, her quiet endorsement of Baldoni's version of events, particularly his dedication to emotional depth over flashy aesthetics, was impossible to ignore. The support only snowballed when Hilary Swank entered the picture. A two-time Academy Award winner with a reputation for keeping her distance from Hollywood drama, Swank has never worked directly with Baldoni. However, the two are deeply connected through their shared involvement in philanthropic efforts addressing social justice. Those in their charitable circles say Swank was troubled by the way Baldoni was being painted as controlling or dismissive of women's creative contributions. Reportedly, she told confidants that Baldoni is known for fostering inclusive work environments where all voices are heard. Though Swank didn't release a public statement, the fact that someone of her caliber and discretion weighed in, even indirectly, sent a strong message. The accusations against Baldoni weren't adding up. Then came Mindy Kaling, the comedic genius and writer behind hits like The Mindy Project and Never Have I Ever. Mindy and Baldoni share more than mutual respect. They have a playful, supportive friendship that often plays out in public with social media shoutouts and cheeky back-and-forth banter. When asked about the controversy on a red carpet, Kaling didn't shy away. She highlighted Baldoni's rare ability to balance humor and heartfelt emotion in his projects, a skill she admired. Her words hinted that if anyone could juggle comedic flair without sacrificing depth, it was Baldoni. In Kaling's eyes, he wasn't the problem. He was the solution.
For a show that ended up actually getting picked up and doing very well, and I was one of two people maybe, and then I get a call from my managers and my agent, and they were both on the line, which means it's something serious.
Right.
Either you got the job or there's something wrong.
Yeah, no.
And they said, so you were the choice, but the network said that your eyebrows would be too distracting.
Oh, what? Oh, no.
And then they went like, so what can we do about your eyebrows?
Mindy Kaling didn't outright dismiss Lively's claims, but she did drop a strong hint. If comedic elements made their way into It Ends With Us, Kaling suggested, it would have been a team effort, not something forced onto the cast. She emphasized Baldoni's long-standing support for female-driven stories, adding that the idea of him imposing comedic twists on an unwilling lead actor felt completely out of character based on what she's seen firsthand. Though Kaling's words weren't a direct takedown of Lively's claims, fans were quick to interpret them as a quiet but clear endorsement of Baldoni's narrative. And then came another unexpected voice. Selena Gomez. While Selena and Baldoni haven't publicly collaborated on a major project, they've crossed paths in overlapping social and professional circles. According to anonymous insiders, Gomez was taken aback by the reports suggesting Lively had been blindsided by creative changes involving humor and wardrobe choices. Selena reportedly shared her thoughts privately, hinting that, in her experience, lead actors of Lively's caliber are rarely left out of major creative decisions, especially when it comes to significant adaptations like this one. To Selena, the notion that these choices were dumped on Lively without her consent didn't quite fit. While she never mentioned Lively by name, her comments about the collaborative nature of filmmaking surfaced just as rumors of Lively's dissatisfaction made headlines. Many saw Gomez's remarks as a thinly veiled defense of Baldoni's perspective. But it didn't end there. Actor and musician Jordan Fisher, who's worked alongside Baldoni on various projects, came forward with a more direct statement. When asked in an interview about the drama surrounding It Ends With Us, Fisher praised Baldoni's unwavering commitment to fairness and open communication. Baldoni's the kind of guy who'd sit down and talk things out for hours before he'd let even a minor disagreement turn into something bigger, Fisher explained. His testimony painted a picture of Baldoni as someone far more likely to address concerns head-on, rather than let tensions simmer or force decisions without input. Jordan Fisher's statement hit hard, as it directly pushed back against the narrative that Lively felt systematically sidelined on set. He concluded that if any comedic beats or high-fashion choices were added to It Ends With Us, they were likely the product of a collaborative effort, not Baldoni acting alone.
Just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
Were you reading romance novels?
And I had never read a romance novel.
Never?
And she said, just trust me, read it. So I read it, and by the end of the book, I couldn't even read the text on the page because I was crying so much. My wife was in bed next to me, and she's, I got snot coming out of my nose.
Fans embraced Fisher's remarks, viewing him as a genuine, respected voice in the industry. And his words added yet another layer of credibility to Baldoni's defense. Next to enter the fray was Auli'i Cravalho, the beloved voice of Disney's Moana. While she hasn't worked with Lively or Baldoni directly, Cravalho encountered Baldoni through industry events. When asked during a Q&A at a fundraiser about the swirling drama, she didn't hesitate to express skepticism over the accusations. Auli'i explained that Baldoni's reputation as a listener and collaborator made it hard for her to believe he'd dismiss or undermine a star's creative input. Baldoni isn't just someone who collaborates, he actively listens and adapts to new ideas, Cravalho shared. Though her response was brief, it carried weight, offering a fresh perspective from someone newer to the industry but discerning about the reputations of seasoned Hollywood players. Her insight was a subtle reminder that even from a distance, Baldoni's character left a lasting impression. Then, Baldoni gained another high-profile ally, Shawn Mendes. The chart-topping singer-songwriter isn't typically associated with film production, but his close friendship with Baldoni developed through their shared commitment to philanthropy. They've appeared at numerous charity events together, and Mendes has often praised Baldoni's genuine spirit. When rumors surfaced that Lively's legal strategy might involve twisting facts to gain an advantage in court, Mendes took to social media with a cryptic but supportive message. He called Baldoni one of the real ones in Hollywood and commended his devotion to authentic storytelling. Mendes never directly mentioned Lively, but the timing of his post spoke volumes. With Baldoni's integrity under fire, Mendes made it clear where his loyalty lay, and fans noticed. His message resonated with many, solidifying Baldoni's growing support network. Camila Cabello entered the conversation with her signature straightforward charm during a live Q&A session with fans. When asked directly if she believed the rumors claiming Baldoni had steamrolled Blake Lively with unwanted comedic changes, Camila didn't hold back. She said Baldoni had never shown manipulative tendencies in her experience, and that he consistently worked to elevate the voices of everyone involved in a project. But Camila didn't stop there. She subtly highlighted the reality of Lively's powerful status in the industry. A star of Lively's caliber, with years of experience and major connections, isn't someone you can easily push aside, she hinted. Though her remarks were brief and leaned somewhat on speculation, they added to the rising sentiment that Lively's depiction of Baldoni might be leaving out critical details. Then came the final and perhaps most influential voice in what fans are now calling the Baldoni Defense Squad, Sophia Bush. Known for her strong stance on ethical practices and fairness in Hollywood, Bush has long been a vocal advocate for transparency and accountability. Reports surfaced that she had reached out privately to Baldoni, offering emotional support when news of the legal battle broke. But her public comments held even more weight. During a public panel discussing women in film, Bush made a powerful statement. One person's story can't always be taken at face value, especially when we know how complex big productions can be. While she didn't name names, many believed it was a subtle nod to Lively's claims. Bush's comments emphasize that in disputes like these, things are rarely as simple as they seem. Her stance resonated deeply with industry watchers and fans alike, given her reputation for championing women's voices. But in this case, her call for balance and caution was seen as a quiet pushback against Lively's narrative. Bush essentially encouraged the public to hold off on judgment until more evidence came to light, an approach that aligned perfectly with Baldoni's claim that a more complete story would eventually clear his name. Beyond the flood of celebrity endorsements, the heart of the controversy remains as fiery as ever. Blake Lively continues to argue that Baldoni allowed comedic gags and extravagant fashion choices to hijack the emotional core of It Ends With Us, turning what was supposed to be a poignant adaptation into something unrecognizable. Lively claims that her objections were brushed aside, leaving her sidelined at crucial creative moments. The tension exploded when Lively took her complaints to court, filing a lawsuit alleging reputational damage and a toxic production environment. But Baldoni didn't just defend himself. He counterattacked with a jaw-dropping $400 million defamation claim. His case is reportedly supported by text messages, meeting notes, and internal communications that suggest Lively not only knew about the comedic rewrites and glamorous costumes, but signed off on them from the beginning. What stirred the pot even more are swirling rumors, still unverified, that Lively may have given misleading or incomplete testimony regarding those same creative decisions. According to Inside Whispers, new evidence reportedly challenges her claims that she was blindsided by the film's tonal shifts and luxury wardrobe choices. If this evidence holds up, it could be a devastating blow to Lively's credibility. The idea that a star of her status, someone with decades of experience, was unaware of major production changes seems increasingly difficult to accept for many. While some supporters argue that Lively could have simply changed her mind over time, others find it hard to believe she wouldn't understand how meticulously production decisions are documented. Should this discrepancy be proven, it could give Baldoni's defense the edge it needs to sway public opinion and potentially win the courtroom battle. Meanwhile, as the drama continues to swirl, Hollywood's elite have been subtly signaling their allegiances. While Baldoni's supporters have been vocal and growing in number, Lively also has her share of sympathizers, particularly those who acknowledge that even lead actors can be caught off guard by the ever-changing dynamics of large-scale productions. This divide is keeping fans glued to every twist, as the fallout from this high-stakes legal clash shows no sign of slowing down. Some speculate that the comedic and lavish elements may have started small before spiraling out of control, catching Lively off guard. But the 10 celebrities rallying behind Baldoni have a different take. Their collective message is clear. Baldoni's reputation for respectful collaboration makes it highly unlikely that he would ever force major creative changes without securing approval from everyone involved. What makes their support so compelling is that it isn't just rooted in personal friendships. It comes from people with strong reputations for authenticity and ethical conduct in Hollywood. They understand the weight of honesty and mutual respect in creative projects. By backing Baldoni, they're not just defending his character, they're challenging Lively's version of events and suggesting an alternative narrative. That Lively wasn't sidelined, but instead played a key role in the creative choices she's now denouncing after public backlash. According to this perspective, the conflict is less about a star standing up for artistic integrity and more about an actor trying to repair her public image. When leaked set photos sparked criticism from fans disappointed with the adaptation's lighter tone and glamorous visuals, Lively allegedly shifted her stance, portraying herself as a victim of unwanted changes. Meanwhile, fans of It Ends With Us are stuck in the middle of this drama, their hopes for a faithful adaptation hanging by a thread. They expected a film that would reflect the novel's powerful themes of personal growth, resilience, and emotional struggle. Instead, they're watching as the deeper meaning of the story is overshadowed by legal battles, rumors, and debates over comedic rewrites and designer gowns. Behind the scenes, studios and investors are reportedly growing nervous. The ongoing controversy risks derailing the film's promotional efforts before they've even begun. Insiders say marketing plans have been put on hold, and concerns are mounting that negative press could choke any chance of box office success. With the legal dispute dragging on, the fate of the adaptation and its ability to connect with audiences remains up in the air. With no official release date or concrete marketing plan in place, the cloud of uncertainty surrounding It Ends With Us only grows heavier. But there's another subplot simmering beneath the surface: how this scandal could impact the personal brands of both Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Baldoni has meticulously built a public image as a compassionate, emotionally driven director who prioritizes authentic storytelling. Meanwhile, Lively has long been admired for her magnetic on-screen charm, impeccable fashion sense, and natural comedic talent. However, if solid evidence surfaces showing that Lively's testimony conflicts with internal production documents, her reputation could take a serious hit. A credibility crisis of this magnitude wouldn't just haunt this one film. It could follow her into future projects. On the flip side, if Baldoni's claims prove to be exaggerated or the so-called damning evidence doesn't live up to its hype, the tables could turn, forcing Baldoni into a position where he may need to issue a public apology for accusing Lively of misrepresentation. For now, though, the unwavering support from those 10 celebrities has undeniably shifted the narrative in Baldoni's favor. Each supporter brings their own reason for vouching for him, whether through past collaborations, shared charitable efforts, or professional respect in creative spaces. Their combined defense has reminded the entertainment world of an important truth. In high-stakes lawsuits, it's not always about who has the bigger name, but who can back up their claims. In today's digital age, every email, text message, and recorded meeting can become pivotal evidence, making it harder than ever for anyone's version of events to go unchallenged. The era of a star's narrative being accepted without question is over, especially when multiple influential figures publicly dispute it. As the legal battle continues, speculation is rampant about whether any of these celebrity supporters could be called to testify under oath if the case proceeds to trial. Some believe depositions could reveal whether these celebrities possess first-hand knowledge of Lively approving comedic or stylistic changes. Others argue that a settlement may be on the horizon, particularly if Baldoni's team presents compelling evidence behind closed doors. Should Lively's legal advisors perceive a trial as too risky, they may push for a resolution before public testimony forces their hand. Either way, the stakes have never been higher for both stars, and Hollywood is waiting to see who emerges victorious. For now, the public is left piecing together cryptic social media posts, carefully crafted interview statements, and subtle hints from the big names involved. Meanwhile, the wild rumor mill keeps spinning, with sensational claims that Blake Lively could face legal repercussions, some outlets even floating the possibility of jail time. But legal experts are quick to shut down those extreme ideas, explaining that outcomes like prison sentences would require undeniable proof of intentional deception, which is exceedingly rare. Still, the fact that such discussions are even happening highlights just how high the stakes have become. Baldoni's $400 million defamation lawsuit is no small matter, and if Lively's legal claims are found to contain false or misleading information, the fallout for her could be catastrophic, putting future roles and professional opportunities in jeopardy. On the other hand, Baldoni's circle of high-profile defenders, including Gina Rodriguez, Chrissy Metz, Hilary Swank, Mindy Kaling, Selena Gomez, Jordan Fisher, Auli Cravalho, Shawn Mendes, Camila Cabello, and Sophia Bush remain steadfast in their belief that the truth will vindicate him. They've rallied behind him not just to protect his directorial reputation, but to uphold the emotional integrity he claims was central to the film's creative process. What's unfolding is a Hollywood drama more layered than anyone could have anticipated. Initially intended as a heart-wrenching adaptation of Colleen Hoover's novel, It Ends With Us, has morphed into a behind-the-scenes cautionary tale, one that exposes the fragile alliances and hidden tensions that can derail star-studded productions. Each day, fans flood social media, demanding answers to the same burning questions. Will more evidence come to light? Will Lively break her silence and directly address the growing wave of support for Baldoni? And most pressing, will the film ever recover the momentum it lost to this media circus? For now, one thing is clear. The voices of Baldoni's 10 celebrity supporters have reshaped the narrative, making it increasingly difficult for Lively to control the story. Their public and private endorsements have given Baldoni an influential and persuasive defense, one that keeps the dispute far from fading into the background. For fans eagerly awaiting It Ends With Us to hit the big screen, the ideal outcome would be a resolution that uncovers the truth, mends reputations, and allows the production to finally move forward without further damage. But until that day comes, the saga shows no sign of slowing down. Perhaps the ideal outcome lies in a settlement that leaves both sides satisfied, or maybe a full court showdown will reveal the truth once and for all, silencing the swirling rumors on both ends. In either case, the hope remains that the heart of Colleen Hoover's beloved novel can still shine through, drawing audiences into theaters to experience the raw, emotional journey that captivated millions on the page. But until that day arrives, this ongoing saga is a reminder of how the powerful intersections of celebrity status, creative conflicts, and legal battles can turn a seemingly routine production disagreement into a full-blown Hollywood spectacle. When big names are involved and careers are on the line, even the simplest disputes can explode into public controversies where reputation becomes the prize. For Justin Baldoni, the outspoken support from 10 influential voices has been a major asset, perhaps the crucial factor that could tip public opinion, and maybe even the outcome of the case, in his favor. Their trust in his collaborative spirit and character isn't just a defense, it's a potential game changer for how studios, fans, and industry insiders will remember this clash. So, what do you think? Will more shocking revelations come to light? Will Baldoni's side ultimately win over the doubters, or does Lively have an ace up her sleeve? Let us know your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed diving into this Hollywood scandal, be sure to like, subscribe, and share to stay updated on the latest drama. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.